Hello everyone, my name is Yi. Today, our group are driving into international business where companies expand their operation beyond borders to engage in trade, investment, and other businesses activities on a global scale. Our video focus on a comparison between Japan and Malaysia. We all explore these two countries from various angles such as their political system, economic structure, and cultural differences. You might be wondering why we are chosen Malaysia and Japan for this task. Well, it is because these countries offer a fascinating contrast. Despite being geographical distance, they share significant economic importance and cultural richness. Join us as we uncover the differences and similarity between Malaysia and Japan, shedding light on why understanding these distinctions is crucial for navigating the global business landscape.
Good evening everyone. I'm Boitra here. I'll be explaining my part on political views between Japan and Malaysia, our country. Japan and Malaysia have distinct political systems shaped in their own unique ways, we are totally different in few criteria, which is our unique histories, our unique cultures, socio-economic conditions, and so on. So we will be looking at 5 criteria that I would be explaining on the political viewpoint. So the first one would be government structure, electoral system, role of monarchy, political parties, and political culture and institutions. So first of all, under government structures, under Japan is a parliamentary democracy with a constitutional monarchy. The Emperor of Japan serves as symbolic head of state, while executive power is vested in Prime Minister, who is the head of government. Whereas for Malaysia, it operates under federal constitutional monarchy. The country head of state is, of course, Yang di-Pertuan Agong, who is elected among the 9 hereditary rulers of the Malay states. So the secondly is under electoral system. Japan follows mixed member proportional representation system for its elections to the House of Representatives. Voters cast 2 ballots. One of the candidates is a single member district and one for political party from proportional representation list. For Malaysia, we use first past the post, which FPTP electoral system for its parliamentary elections, where the candidate with the most votes in each constituency wins a seat in the House of Representatives, and for out members of Senate are appointed by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong on the advice of the Prime Minister. Thirdly, under the role of monarchy, the Emperor for Japan holds a ceremonial and symbolic role in the country's political system. While the Emperor's duties are largely symbolic, he performs important ceremonial functions and acts the symbol of national unity and continuity. For Malaysia's constitutional monarchy system grants the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the king, limited powers, including the appointment of the Prime Minister and the dissolution of the parliament. The king's role is largely ceremonial and executive authority is wielded by the Prime Minister and the elected governments. Moving on to my 4th point, political parties. Japan has multi-party system with several political parties competing in elections. The Liberal Democratic Party, LDP, has historically been the dominant party, often forming coalitions with other parties to govern. For Malaysia's political landscape is dominated by the Barisan National Front coalition, which was in power for 6 decades until the 2018 general elections. Most of us knew about it. And the Pakatan Harapan, which is Alliance of Hope coalition, currently forms government after the winning of 2018 election. Lastly, my 5th point on the political culture institutions. Japan's political culture emphasizes consensus building, harmony, and stability. Political institutions are known for their efficiency, transparency, and adherence to rule of the law. Based on Malaysia's political culture reflects, of course, diverse ethnic, religious composition, and so on. Political institutions have faced challenges related to issues such as ethnic tensions, corruptions, and governance. So these differences highlight the diverse political systems and the context of Japan and Malaysia, each with its own set of institutions, process and norms. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today I would like to explore the fascinating differences between the economic system of Japan and Malaysia. Let's start with Japan. Japan is a powerhouse of innovation and industries. It's like the tech wizard of the world, known for its cutting-edge electronics, slick cars and advanced robotics. The Japanese government plays a big role here, supporting key industries and guiding economic growth through strategic planning. Japan's powers in global trade is impressive, with exports dominating sectors like automobile and electronics. Now let's talk about Malaysia. Malaysia may not be as big as a player on the global stage as Japan, but it's definitely making strides. Malaysia has more diverse economic landscape, with industry range from electronic to petroleum and palm oil and tourism. The government in Malaysia also gets involved in boosting industries and attracting investment, but perhaps not to the same extent as Japan. When it comes to selling stuff abroad, Japan is like a seasoned pro, while Malaysia is working hard to increase its presence in international market. In terms of labor, Japan boasts a highly skilled workforce, driving its technological advancement and global competitiveness. Malaysia, on the other hand, has a younger workforce but faces challenges in matching skills with industrial needs. Lastly, let's talk about innovation. Japan is known for pushing the boundaries of technologically with its groundbreaking innovations, while Malaysia is striving to catch up, particularly in fields like information technology and biotechnology. In summary, Malaysia and Japan may be worlds apart in terms of economic size and technological advancement, but both nations have their own unique strengths and challenges. Understanding the differences help us appreciate the diverse tapestry of the global economy.
Good day everyone, my name is Subhamalar. Today I will present the legal system differences between Japan and Malaysia. There are several differences between the legal system of Japan and Malaysia, stemming from their historical development, cultural influences and legal traditions. Here are some of it. In Japan, the legal system is kind of like a well-organized bookshelf. It follows a civil law tradition, which means it relies heavily on written law and codes. Imagine it is a structured set of rules and regulation with the constitution and as the foundation, statutes from the parliament and court decisions shaping how things are interpreted and applied. Now, let's take a look at Malaysia. It's like a legal mixtape, blending different legal traditions. You have got a bit of English common law from the colonial days, Islamic law, Sharia for Muslim matters, and even customary laws for indigenous communities. So, it's a diverse system with various sources of law influencing how cases are decided and rights are protected. When it comes to the courts, Japan has a clear hierarchy with district courts, high courts, and the Supreme Court. They also have specialized courts for specific matters like family issue and administrative disputes. Malaysia's court system is similar in structure but includes Sharia courts for Islamic law matters. In terms of education, becoming a lawyer in Japan involves studying at law school and passing a national exam. In Malaysia, it's about completing legal education at recognized universities and then taking the CLP exam to practice law. Moving on to criminal justice, Japan focuses a lot on a rehabilitation and community-based corrections with a high conviction rate and unique approach to handling cases. Malaysia, on the other hand, follows common law principles like the presumption of innocence and the right to legal representation, which are familiar concepts in Western legal system. Thank you.
Greetings, I am Pushpa Sri Ganesan, and in this presentation, I will discuss the cultural distinctions between Malaysia and Japan as documented by the Great Hot Suite analysis. Now that we in this nexus of cultural understanding, we are able to examine the elaborate tapestries that combine the rich textiles of Malaysia and Japan. We gain deep insight into power dynamics, societal values, and future goals as we explore these varied settings. Let's start thinking by the ideas of power and hierarchy. Malaysian culture emphasizes centralized authority and hierarchical system with a strong emphasis on respect for elders and veneration for authoritative figures. Japan, on the other hand, takes a more subtle approach, striking a balance between consensus building and group decision making and hierarchy. Regarding the contrast between collectivism and individualism, Malaysia and Japan exhibit a deep regard for social cohesion. Individual choices are subordinate to close-knit relationship between families and communities in Malaysia, which promotes sense of community, whereas Japan is similar in that values harmony within the group but also acknowledge the value of individual expression, especially in urban environments. Avoiding uncertainty turns out to be another fascinating aspect of culture analysis. Malaysia is a country with a modest prosperity of laws and regulations, but it is also tolerates certain degree of uncertainty. Japan, on the other hand, exhibits a high need for consistency and order, representing a greater dislike of uncertainty. There are clear differences between Malaysia and Japan when we look a long-term perspective. Malaysian society frequently favor fast pressure over careful long-term planning, placing a higher value on quick results. Conversely, Japan values thrift and tendency upholding a heritage of forward thinking and determination. Let's consider the inspiration behind success and accomplishment on last time. In Japan, the spirit of competition focused excellence in the group and intense group context as a stimulus for aiming high, but obstacles like vocalism and gender inequality remain significant, highlighting Japan's steadfast dedication to hard work and determination. To sum up, cultural context of Malaysia and Japan provide important insights into the nuances of social norms and human interaction. Let us endeavor to show empathy, comprehension, and gratitude for various viewpoints that contribute the richness of our international community as we work through these complex. I'm grateful.